Hello guys and welcome. My name is Ivy Chow and today we are going to host the pageants from Miss RSW International. We are going to find out who they are, what they do and what exactly they are passionate about. So stick around and let us find out together in this amazing journey. You're welcome.
I go by the name Velma Atieno.
Velma, yes. What is your nationality?
I'm a Kenyan.
You're a Kenyan?
Yes.
So, how has your upbringing been? Tell us more about yourself when you're growing from childhood to where you are today.
Okay.
You know, high school, schooling.
Okay. Like I've said, I'm Velma Atieno. And about this Atieno girl, Atieno was born in the slums of Manyatta, and I've been raised in the village of Kano Plains. And I was born in 2004, 22nd of August at night. And I went to primary school in Area Primary School in Kisumu. And life has not been easy. Yeah, I can say life has not been easy because I was raised with... let me say I raised myself due to life circumstances, not the parents' willing, because my mom was working in another county and my dad also working in another county, just looking for food for us to eat. I have 3 siblings. The last born. So when my firstborn brother left for boarding school, he passed his primary exams and he was sponsored by his head teacher. He offered to pay for him the school fees. And my second-born brother also left. He was also, by God's grace, he was sponsored by our area chief and with the bursaries. So he also left for school, high school boarding. And I was left alone with because I was alone, I couldn't stay alone with that young age. At that time I was around 10 years. So my dad had to ask for a transfer letter from his job to come and stay with me. And where we were staying in Kano, let me say, it's just the community's negativities. We were really enduring the community's negativity. The community in Kano, they believe in, oh my God, they really believe in, I don't know what. Okay, I can tell you what they believe. They believe that girls cannot be the leaders. They just believe that the men are the people who to be leaders. The men are the people who can say, they're the say of the community. We can't say anything. Mm-hmm. And so when I was around 9-10 years, there's these people who were coming and saying, oh, we should just give Velma up to get married. Mm-hmm. And because we don't see the use of you educating this girl, mm-hmm. you should just go and get married. And and my dad was just furious with them. And now we had to leave the village to come and to the city because of mm-hmm. the community stuff. Because other parents, they're supporting that, and that's why the children there, they have to face what their parents have said. Because when you're a parent and you've already accepted that, oh yeah, my child is supposed to get married, now the child has to do what you have accepted. Now I am very happy for my dad and my parents, they had to deny that. Mm-hmm. And we shifted to the city, and now life had to be so hard. Mm-hmm. Because now we had to, hey, you guys, witchcraft is real. We had to face other things because now when we have to leave the village, we come to the city. Mm-hmm. There's this I don't know, I won't mention the name, but she's a relative mm-hmm. of ours, but okay, mm-hmm. a distant relative. She's fighting with us spiritual battle. Mm-hmm. And so we didn't know at that time. We didn't know we were being fought with our own blood. And mm-hmm. so when we shifted to the city, we started facing some challenges that we had to seek help from godly people, the pastors and the spiritual leaders. And so what happened, we started with my dad. He just woke up one day and just felt like he can't walk. Yeah, so we were just like, what's happening? He was taken to almost like all the hospitals in the county, and they were finding nothing. You know, somebody can't walk and you can't imagine you going to the hospital and no results. It's so frustrating. And now we had to look for money, because we heard of this pastor from Uganda. He's called Kakande. Yeah, he's a very powerful man of God. So we had to take my dad to Uganda. Though it was costly, we had to like borrow some money from relatives and friends, and we had to take my dad to Uganda so that we could start that spiritual battle. And now my dad, when they were there, they were told, I don't know, like, we have a cat in our house, and the cat is being used as a monitoring spirit. That was the result. They told us it's being used as a monitoring spirit, and we have to get rid of it. And now, after they prayed that day, I went to school. My mom and dad was the one who went to Uganda. And now when they came back, and I also came back from school that day, I found the cat died. It died at the door, and I called them and I said, oh, you know, that at night when we're just making stories, I told them, you know what, the cat is dead. And they were like, yeah, we know, it really had to die. And we're like, oh my God. I started believing witchcraft is real. It's real. And now when they came back, it now happened now to our firstborn brother. Also, his leg, he got an accident, and the guy disappeared. It was a motorbike. The guy disappeared. We don't know how, but when they went to the hospital, they couldn't see the bone that broke in the knee. They couldn't fix it, and now he was in a lot of pain. We had to use money. You know, when the devil is fighting you, he wants to exhaust you, and he wants to see you suffer. You know. Now, when it comes to school, my dad was the one who used to bring for me lunch at school, because we couldn't afford the lunch price at school. So he used to cook and walk to school and bring me lunch. Now that his leg was now hurt, I had to, like, when we were making dinner, I had to, because we didn't have the gas, we used to use the stove. The one with kerosene. Yeah. So we cook at night. I also cook my lunch for the next day at school. And sometimes, you know, when you cook, you know, it was rice. I grew up with rice. So when I used to cook, you know, sometimes you cook it at night, and then when you go to school, it's spoiled. So sometimes I just used to eat the spoiled rice because I'm very hungry. And sometimes I just used to, like, my friends sometimes noticed I used to carry spoiled food, and, you know, sometimes. So what sometimes I used to do, when I get to school, I open the rice and I put it at the corner of the class, and I tell that person, please just don't step on it, just let it to be fresh when it reaches lunchtime, so that it's fresh. And there's this one day, we were doing an exam, and it was lunchtime. People went to eat, and I took my food, and I forgot to open my lunch, and it was spoiled. So you know what I did? I didn't want people to notice that I didn't have lunch. And I went to the back of the class, and there was a tap there. I just drink water, and I go and I rest. And the teacher saw me, like, Velma, what are you doing there? And I just told them, I don't have a lunch because my lunch is spoiled. And now the teacher called me and they told me, you know, it's not the first time I'm seeing this. I've seen you sometimes. You've been just at lunchtime, you go stroll and you see, you look at things. And I just had to open up. And when I told him that, he said he'll support my lunch since then. And I was very happy. And he actually supported for my lunch. He was in standard 7. And now sometimes I used to go back. You know, now my dad, he can't walk. You know, when I make we make dinner at night, I make for him. The rice is not mine only. I also make for him, so that I leave it in the sufuria, and I leave it beside the bed, so he can't
He
walk.
can just reach
He can
out
just
and
with the
just
hand.
pick.
Yeah, I leave it
Yeah.
beside the bed so that he can access. So I used to cook also sometimes. When I come back, I found I've taken care of that. If this one person is understanding me, is my dad, because we have really gone through. When I come back, I found is pay there. I go, I take him to the bathroom. I help him go to the bathroom. I come back, and it was very frustrating.
You are forced to be mature at an early age.
I learned things at an early age. I learned how
the
to
situations,
wash.
the circumstances forced you.
Exactly.
So, Velma, are you bitter with any of your family member for what happened? From the growing up to raising yourself, from the witchcraft shenanigans, are you still bitter with any of them?
I can't say I'm bitter. I'm not bitter. Actually, I'm proud of my parents, because with all this, they came to like talk to me and apologize, and even though they apologize, I know it's not their fault. They're not the one who arranged all this. It's just fate, We're just working with fate, because after that, God changed our lives. Yeah, and that's why you just see me here, I'm glowing and all this stuff. You say, oh, she was rated. No, these are things I just met here like 2-3 years ago.
So coming to that, well, we thank God, and I know He's doing something greater and better in your life.
Yeah.
So would you tell us what has shaped you to be the person you are today? What inspired you to come on board on this journey of modeling?
I can say my background. My background has really inspired me, because of what I've been through. I don't really want someone else to go through what I have been. So I feel like, I know it's really painful and it's really heartbreaking. So I feel like if we could have 1 million people going through what I have been through, it would really be a really bad community. So I want to help these young girls and young boys out here, and I want to ensure them and just make them believe in God. They should trust in themselves. Most of all, they should pray.
Okay. So that's it for today, and thank you for sharing your story. We believe in God, and He has the power to change and to do anything. He's also a God of restoration.
Thank you.
So success, even as you contest for this award, and you have everything that it takes. You have a bigger vision and a mission, and also to give back. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Rise and shine, here she goes.